Hello, welcome back, guys. So sorry for the network issue.
Have you ended it?
No, I've not. No, I haven't. I'm going back. Yes.
It's only playing the games.
Okay, so we're going back live with bed. Yes. All right. Yes. Thank you, Dami. The glow is the glory of the Lord. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I think we're talking about consent, right?
Yes, we were.
So this is something that I feel like guys should still understand that it can be withdrawn at any point. Because there's probably a guy out there who understands that, okay, if a girl says no, she means no. There's a guy who understands that one. There's a guy who understands that if a girl is wearing a short skirt, it doesn't mean she wants you to, have sex. But there's probably that same guy doesn't understand consent well enough to know that when you're having sex, it can be withdrawn at any point. And the guy will be like, but guy, that's not fair now. That's not fair. That one don't make sense. That one don't make sense. I'm like, is this further mass for you people? What do you mean by it don't make sense? You should understand that you can't even use the word that it's not fair because it works both ways.
Both ways.
So it's literally
exactly.
fair. Do you get? You cannot say the law is not fair when actually, if a girl is accused of rape, she will still go to jail. Do you understand? If a guy is accused, he will still go to jail. So you can't use the word that it's not fair.
Not fair.
So now, as a guy, you need to understand all the levels, the ladders, the devils of consent. Do you understand? There's types of consent. Do you get? I wrote these things down. Let's not be like it's from the top of my head. It was down because I wanted to,
Why did you spoil it now? People would have been like, oh my God, this guy.
No, I like being real, my guys, to be honest, because I wouldn't want to forget something or leave something out. Do you understand?
Okay, no problem.
Because I'm not going on live. I'm not going on live every time, so I'm not about to now
so
not
take
use
use
it
of the
properly.
opportunity. Yeah.
So now, do you get express consent, right? This is one that you're like, okay. I think there was on Twitter when this whole rape thing is going on, and people are like, there's a lawyer who put out a consent form. Do you get that?
A consent form that what?
If you're about to have sex, like it's a sex consent form, like you have to sign. Yeah, it's on. You can find it online. So now, if you want to even, be like, okay, actually, let me not even fall into any rape accusation or anything. Print out the form. Yeah, if you want it that bad, because I don't know the people you are having sex with that are not even sure they're about to have sex with you, or you're not sure you're about to have sex with them. I don't understand the kind of sex you're about to have, but if you're not sure and you want to be sure, it's a form.
Just sign the document.
Do you get? Fill it out. There's also consent with like, okay, let me say implied consent where you're like, body language. This one, a lot of guys have it. Do you understand? I know people are like, if she hasn't said yes, it doesn't mean like if she hasn't said yes.
Like you should be able to read in between the lines.
I'm a guy, you're a girl, you know how this works. When you give me 2 winks and you're like, with your body language, you're even like, let's. But understand that before you are about to have sex with someone, you have to make sure consent is given.
Established, yeah.
It has to be established. Do you get? It has to be established. And I even saw something online. I even wanted to. Funny enough, this whole thing, I'm even educating myself in the process, learning and unlearning from this whole trying to.
Awesome.
Let me find it. Let me find it. I wrote it down somewhere. Obviously, we know the age consent. We even know the one that is not even if the girl is telling you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
It's not even the one that the girl is. Yeah. Somebody says like if I'm eating rice and all of a sudden I lost interest, maybe nobody will hold me. Why do guys? I swear. Okay, now, so there's one of age consent. We know that one. We know that if she's below a certain age, even if she's telling you, I want you,
Yeah,
papi, I want you, daddy,
it's a no
you
no.
are not of age, sis or bro. So back up, because your own is even word of mouth, doesn't even count in the court of law. You are not just
Exactly.
of age.
Exactly.
There's mental disability. I was
Hmm.
reading this and I was like, whoa, whoa, like you need to even learn because you probably think you even know all these things. Meanwhile, one day you fall into the pit of hell. Do you understand? There's mental disability. Like if someone is not mentally stable, it doesn't
Yeah,
count.
yeah, are you go for it?
Facts.
Amazing.
Facts. Do you get? Because you can literally go and have sex with a mad woman or a mad man.
A mental disability right now is a lot. If somebody can hold you at the expense of, oh, I'm not mentally stable, I
I'm not
will
mentally
bust myself.
stable. So now I'm even understanding that, please, the people you guys are even having sex with, that's why you people actually need to stick to somebody because people are different. Do you get? So, do you get?
Some
Then
people
there's now
are
of
angry. Someone is
some
saying
people
death
are angry.
sentence.
Thank you. There's unconscious or intoxicated. That one we all know that.
Mm.
Do you understand? Where you're at a party and or in a club where I had this story. I have to share this story. I was in a club one time, right? I was leaving the club. The fact that I'm saying I was in the club, please do not think I am always at the club. The one time I was at the club, I was leaving. I remember, I would never forget this because, funny enough, I have sisters. I have a girlfriend, right? So I know that I keep putting them in the shoes of the victim. I wouldn't want that to be them. You get me? So I was leaving the club and this girl was passed out drunk. Like she couldn't even, the drunk where you're like, you couldn't even raise
She
your
can't
head
even
or you can't even
move.
see what's going
What's
on.
happening?
In that
Damn.
club, I will never forget things. I think that's one of the reasons why me and club where I'm always very, it's somehow
Skeptical
for me
about
because when I
it.
saw that thing, I was like, wow, all y'all niggas, all y'all
I'm just
in this
watching.
place are not seeing what is going on. Two
Wow.
guys were legit trying to decide who will take her home in
Whoa.
public. Yes.
Whoa.
Do you understand? Like
Whoa.
two guys. So now, the owner of said club was popping. What's happening? What's happening? This is not even outside. Do you get? This is not even outside. This is in the club. So now you're intoxicated, you're unconscious. How is that? Why would you be wanting to, sleep with someone who's intoxicated or who's
Yeah.
unconscious?
He's unaware.
Don't you
Crazy.
even understand that consent actually makes sex way better? Like,
Exactly. So
wouldn't you
true.
just rather have a yes and know that you are accepted than being confused if you want to do something? This is
And
not
just forcing
business.
your
Yeah,
way.
this is not business. This is not the one that you're like, if I do this business, is there a risk? Will I make it or not? This isn't business. This is a human body. Like, don't you want to be given the, go ahead? Wouldn't you prefer that? Wouldn't you think the sex would be way better if you were actually given a go ahead?
Many people don't think like that. I think for some guys also they just like the ability to be domineering, to like, oh, I'm holding you down and all that
Of
drama.
course,
That's what some
because
people
yeah,
just want.
that is literally what rape is about. It's not about rape is not about the sex. It's about the fact that men feel, you know, powerful, more powerful than the woman. That's why they can literally pin you down. And I
They
mean,
just have their
women.
way.
It's not even about forced rape or any kind of rape. It's the fact that women can't get out of that position because the men literally physically are overpowering them. So I feel like you would be happier if you get a yes. Don't you feel so? So why don't you just try as much as possible to get a yes? And this will take me to another topic where I'm like, okay, you know what? He said it's also peer pressure.
Yeah,
That friends
their
hail
friends
them
are
over.
hailing them.
Yeah, do you get? Well,
You don't have those kind of friends, so you can't you can't relate.
No, I think I was having a conversation with my guys as well, and they were talking about how, okay, after you have sex with how guys have sex with a girl, and you now come and talk to your friends. So maybe when you are going on the quest, then you fail. I don't know why you are even thinking it's a quest, first of all. Then you don't accomplish, sleeping with the girl. Then you come back, you feel that because your guys might diss you and be like, you be, no be man, you be. Let's go back to that no be man, you be talk. That you're now like, okay, crap. And now peer pressure will now make you find any means to have sex with the babe. But you should understand that you are a rapist when you rape. It's not about peer pressure. You are a cultist when you join a cult.
You do cult.
Do you understand? It's not about peer pressure. It's the same. You're a liar when you lie. It's the same thing. It's not because, peer pressure. It's not, nah, come on. You can't use that as an excuse. You have to be your own person. You have to think for yourself. This is what we've talked about before we got here. So you have to think for yourself. If peer pressure is your problem, then you should change the friends you have. Nobody now starts
exactly like run, like
So I want nobody. You have to make your decisions yourself. So I don't think anyone. You can't even use peer pressure in the courts as an excuse.
Exactly.
I was
my friend
pressured by my friend that if I don't do it, so you can't even use peer pressure. Do you understand? So now there's a whole list of this. Do you get?
Please share it on for like another 1 hour, but we'll make it 1 hour so people don't run away.
There's like deception too as well when you're deceiving someone. Do you understand? I was reading it, I was like, that's actually true. You deceive someone and you'll probably be like, I am this person, I am so person. Do you get? You probably even have sex with me just so you can get your way.
True.
It happens. So.
True. People actually have to be very informed about this. Please, if there's a link you can share, so we'll just put it up as well. Because people
have to be informed about this. I mean, deception, it could be where you lie about your age. Do you understand? I mean, one thing is if you're not even of age consent to, it's all deception. If you lie about your age to have sex with someone, if you be like, I'm 18 and you're not 18, or I'm this, I'm not this, fam, you are you've fallen into this category now. Do you get? So there's specific, and this is very important, is when you're like, it's usually what we talk about, the BDSM, because people are like, this rape thing, but what about BDSM? Is that one not? I'm like, understand, Mr. Grey of 50 Cent and the 50 Shades of Grey. Didn't you watch the movie? Didn't you see in the actual form the lady had common sense? These are things you read up. So as a guy now, if your friend is starting a conversation about it, even if you don't want to talk to your friend about it, take the time out. Go and read this thing up. Educate yourself properly. So you don't now come and fall into the shoes of you were accused of.
BDSM.
You get? So you need to educate yourself, and it's not because other guys will think that, but I've spent money on this girl now. I've spent a lot of money. She has eaten my money.
So you're right. That's another talk for
that's another talk for another day. She's not a prostitute. She didn't tell you she was a prostitute. You spent money. Bye, bro.
Good. You were generous, and we appreciate your generosity. So God bless you.
So I mean, go on. Move on.
Oh my God, I see my comments. You actually have the final say. Yes, you have the final say. Peer pressure is not an excuse at all.
Peer pressure cannot be an excuse. No. So I wish like a lot of guys are just, a lot of guys need to understand and, educate yourself. Peer pressure, you cannot use that as an excuse at all, because it's not something that is eligible in court and say, I was pressured into finding a means to have sex with a girl. So I feel like this is why we need to have the conversation, because there's probably someone on this life now that has gotten something out of it, that have realized that, okay,
Definitely. A whole lot.
wow, get something out of it. So now start a conversation. Like I said, I'm not an expert in this. Do you get? Before I made that video, I had like a blank. I just knew right from wrong. Do you get? I wouldn't say I'll go out to teach because what do I know?
You're educating
Do you
yourself.
understand? So now, even if you're not going to say something, even if you're not a rapist, even if you're not going to do anything, just educate yourself, at least teach yourself. Even in business, even in the photography that we do. Do you understand? All the time, I watch everything from YouTube. I educate myself, I teach myself from YouTube. So I feel like you should be able to do the same thing. Don't wait for another person to go live for you to now understand what consent is. Protect yourself as a guy, as a lady, by understanding and knowing the do's and don'ts when it comes to sex. So yeah, so I feel like we should need to have the conversation more. You need to be talking to the next guy. You get it will even help people get comfortable. You get so conversation will expose rape apologists. Because I know when I put up that post, there were still people under the comment section. They were like, they had a lot of bots. I'm like, my G, there's really no bots to this thing. It's just come on, there's really no bots. This is us telling you that don't do this. So
someone in the comments says there's never going to be an excuse for rape, but what I'm saying is that teenagers are pressured into doing different things: drink, smoke, steal, rape. Yes, definitely. That's why we're talking about
yeah,
this
that's why
conversation. We need to
having a
orientate them. We need to have more
or
people who are putting out better influence out there for these young
out there.
people. So it starts with you. It starts with me.
You have a junior. I don't have anyone I'm older than. You get. And funny enough, my elder brother never, ever, not even once, had this conversation with me. Not even once. Like it never occurred. We didn't vibe on that. It was, be man kind of conversation. So it never happened. I never got someone who would teach me this. So it's me that will know that, okay, if you put your hand in fire, you're the one that is going to hurt now. So if you're taking drugs and the drugs is affecting your life, your physical appearance, like I always wonder, drugs is a different case. You're taking it and it's affecting your physical appearance. You can see that you're literally deteriorating, you're becoming dead. Why do you don't you love yourself? First of all, like, don't you love yourself well enough to just decide what is good for you and stop what is not? So educate yourself as a teenager. It's not an excuse. I feel like if I'm someone who would say, I actually didn't get any education at all on these things. These are things I learned online. These are things I learned from, having sisters around. Do you understand? These are things I learned from, putting my sisters, my girlfriend in scenarios like this. I'm like, as a guy or as a girl, she's not in a safe place. I know these things. So now the fact that I know that she's not in a safe place, how do I correct this? How do I correct the guy that might be, that might attack or something? So, man, educate yourself. Just educate yourself. But if you see people talking about this, don't swipe, don't ignore. Watch.
Exactly.
Learn. Don't
share with your friends.
I am a man. Share with your friends. Talk about it. You get. Speak up. Talk about it. You get. Speak up. Just speak up and talk about it, because you don't even know who is going to be comfortable. When I put out that video, on my page, I know there was a girl who came in my DMs and she was like, she literally said she has a story to tell, that she wants to tell her story. I'm like, okay, like, you get, like, but
because
you feel
use your voice.
Yes. So now that one girl went on my DM and she was, I wanted to be like, oh wow, people need to hear this and put it on my story, but I'm like, guy, if I could help this girl, if I could lead her to somewhere that she can get help, it's fine. That's what I would rather do than putting it up and try to chase clout. Do you understand? So it's not because of that. I put a video to send a message to guys. I'm not trying to chase clout. I'm not trying to say, I want an act. Nah, it's just, I'm going to do my part, and I hope the next guy does their part. Do you understand?
Well. So,
Yep.
Yes. So many things jotted down. I'll just run
Yeah.
through it. Male privileges.
Yeah.
Who men are meant to be protectors of their women and women in
Yeah.
general. We should be willing to unlearn and learn new
Yeah.
things.
That's the most
What we're
important. And we should
Yeah,
also be willing to accept people that have learned. Like, I know
yes,
people were
that's
like,
gone
oh,
through the experience.
let's drag them. I'm like, wait, have you helped them first before you are
You just
about
drag them.
to drag them? Because it's a mentality. They're not telling you they've raped somebody. It's just a bad mentality that they have. Can we
Yeah,
change that before we
you
ruin
start
his
dragging
life?
them.
Or, yeah, so we should also
Yeah.
normalize that as well.
Yeah, then a lot of things we are exposed to tend to shape us. So, hence the importance to unlearn and relearn new
Who are they
things.
calling rape apologists on this comment
Oh
section?
no, no, they're just discussing the matter. Oh, hold on, you're right.
Yeah.
Let us go
Oh,
quickly.
okay. Well,
Guys, please let's not do all
please, yeah.
that.
No.
Let's not do all that. So we are going to like address parenting. I see a lot of people talking about parenting. David, you
Parenting.
want to get him new shirts. I will bring and collect the shirts. Okay, so a
You
lot of
say
people are
what?
talking about
Yeah.
parent. No, he's like your denim shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a lot of people are in the comment talking about parenting. That's a
Parenting.
discussion for another day and a
That's a discussion
different
for
set
that day.
of
But what I'll say to
human
that
or
is, I
person.
am not a. I don't have a child yet, so mine is when I have a child,
You at
and
least know
now
what
I'm
you're going to
happy. I
do,
am in a. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. So
and you're more
yeah,
informed, so you know how to tackle
you're
that.
more
Yes.
informed. Yeah,
So we're going to address that separately because there are people from
yeah,
well brought up homes and the children just go wild on their own decisions. So in the end, it's personal decisions that count.
yeah.
Yes. So um yeah, so as men, we should ensure that we are giving and meeting the vibe of safe place to our women.
Safe place.
Even your physical place should be safe. As
Your
not
that
and yeah,
photographer, your studio, it needs to be safe.
yeah,
When they say safe, it's not just
exactly.
because it's clean and you are
Mm-hmm.
protecting the place. Nah, it can your client pass out in your studio. Like, is it possible?
Exactly.
Maybe they actually fall asleep because it's a nice place and wake up without nothing. Like,
Yeah,
it goes
yeah.
beyond just using the word safe. How safe is it?
Mm-hmm. Then have these conversations. Guys, please don't be ashamed to bring up
Don't
these
be,
discussions
don't
with
be.
your. Like I had a friend who said that it's rather strange that women are the ones bringing up these conversations
Yeah,
for
but
the
it
men.
is.
But
Yeah,
so it's
that's why.
time. That's why you
Yeah,
put it out,
yeah.
right?
Yes, that's why. Because, like I said, in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm a guy. I know these things. I know that there are a lot of guys out there that will not take a woman's word for anything. Yeah, there are men that's
Yeah.
messed
Their
up.
ego won't
Do you
let them.
get?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ego won't let them take a woman's word for anything. So now, as a guy with a platform that you can use, please
Make the
speak out.
best use
They
of
will
it.
listen to you. Trust me. At least let them just hear it from your own mouth, so that they know that other guys are starting to be part of the conversation, and it's not just a woman thing to talk about rape anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so have the conversation, post, make
yeah,
best use of your platform. Then
yeah.
consent, please. Consent is very key. Like
Key.
like we have we
Go and
have
read on it.
yes,
Yeah,
and we'll share a link if we get
yeah.
it.
Go and read on it. So consent is not about no, don't. It's beyond that, and that is why it's difficult for people to understand it. They feel like it's just a thing of no, don't. I'm not interested. Nah, it goes way beyond that, like we listed out. So go out there, read on it. She's going to put it
Yeah,
up, so read on it.
yes. So consent is very key. And this has been a really enlightening, informative session, personally for me. And for the comment session,
Yeah,
it's been blowing up since when we went off. We had about 480 plus people
yeah.
who
I
joined
know
in.
someone is saying, I feel like I want to hear what they're talking about. I don't know if it's a guy or girl.
Okay, it's
Play, yeah.
Playeta. I
She's talking
think it's a
about this
lady.
teenager
Teenage
thing
Lee,
because
yeah.
what do you want to say about it? Did you get like? I don't know if you feel okay. Well, teenagers.
Well, for her
This is
own,
about, yeah. But this is about going to schools. I mean, this is where you get them. Where else can you meet
This
a
is where the
bunch of
NGO,
teenagers?
yeah,
School.
exactly.
So this is where the NGO comes in. You guys can now go out to schools and
Yeah.
talk to the
Like
boys.
if you check our feed, sorry, IGTV,
Yeah.
we went to a school in March and we spoke with the teenage boys, and
Yeah.
we could see how confused and lost
They
a lot
were.
of them were. Like they
Yeah.
didn't know where they were heading. They all were just like, oh, we're in school, we are guys. So yes, I agree that teenagers are
I
wild
found
now,
out,
but what
yeah.
are we
Because
doing? What are we doing?
yeah,
So
that's
that's
what you guys are. That's
mm-hmm,
what's being done. I mean, that is where you
mm-hmm,
get a bunch of teenagers schools. Where else are
mm-hmm.
they? Where else can you find them? You
Yeah.
get them in school so that they'll know that okay, it's not only mathematics and English we're learning here. We're
Mm-hmm,
learning how
mm-hmm,
to be respecting women. So it's not a thing of
mm-hmm.
a conversation that should be had only at home. When you start having conversations in school, because I went to school. I was a student when some people will come and talk about something that is not academic at all, that is not related to anything. I'm like, why are they coming to tell us this in school? But now you realize that yes, so it's not about just conversations that could be had in a comfortable place in your home. Have it in school so that they have no choice but
Mm-hmm.
even talk about it with their
Exactly.
friends in that school hour to come up. So they're
Exactly.
like,
Because if
you
parents are
understand?
supposedly shy to have the conversations, let's bring it down to
Do
the
it for
school
them.
system.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just do it. Someone says that the government
yeah.
should also put proper laws in place. I don't mean to
Yeah.
sound heartless, but if 5 rapists are castrated in a week, the number of rapists will drop. Yes,
That
the government
castrating
has a
thing.
role as well,
Yeah,
but what can we do? What can we do?
yeah,
So it's in our own little way.
yeah.
We need to put
So
things
I
in
also want
place.
guys to understand that because in the comment section, I know people were talking about, even in the video, I said it. I was like, but guys get raped too. Guys get accused of false, guys get
Yeah,
falsely
false rape.
accused. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? It's the same thing where people are now, they're like, all lives matter. And the black people are like, yo, Maji, I understand. Nobody said only black lives matter, right? But we understand that now the black people need the world the most. So can we
Mm-hmm.
stick to talking about Black Lives Matter? So it's the same thing with rape. This is the time we're having a conversation about it. I don't feel like a conversation on rape has ever been this, put
Yes,
out
loud.
there. Do you get? So if we're talking about this, I know, I get it. We all get it. But I don't think this is the time to start talking about how, oh yeah, but people fall. Yeah, I get it. But
Mm.
the conversation now is on women. So understand. That's why we're talking to the boys to treat women right.
Yeah,
You get? So,
yeah.
I mean, women live in constant fear. Do we even want to start talking
Exactly.
about that one? They live in
No.
constant fear.
Like
I know I was
you're
watching
going to get
Bolali.
something and you're just like,
Yeah,
why is
I
that
was
guy
watching.
staring at me?
Yeah, we should understand that. We should understand that as well. Because I know I was watching what Bolali put out, and she was like, she's when there's a guy who maybe comes to fix something in her house, that she spends time thinking about every bad scenario that could happen and how she could fight
Mm,
it off. Can you imagine? But as a
yeah.
guy, I can be in this house and people are working, men constructing. But then I remember one time when we just moved in, so I'm like, I had to go for a shoot, and my girlfriend was alone in the house,
Yeah.
and there were carpenters, and they were. Let me not lie to you, and this is why I even like myself. Like I was scared for her. She said she was even like, and I'm like, babe, men, 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 us. I kept calling every. I was like, "Have they? They need to. Do you get? So let's understand now
You
that
as a guy,
see,
you're really scared.
women, even me as a
Oh
guy, because
no.
I grew like I was telling you, I grew up with women. I grew up with ladies, so I was hearing them talk. I was hearing what they are afraid of. I was. Do you get? My mom and my sisters alone. There was no father figure, no brother to come and be. So I related it to them so much. Do you get? So I could feel their fear, and it's what is still I still have with me now. That's why I'm like, okay, other guys, please, do you know that women are scared? Even me, are
I'm
scared for
scared.
them. Can we be scared for them together? And if we are all scared for women
And do the
together,
right
we will
thing.
not be raping
Mm-hmm.
women. Do you get? Because people are like, say no to rape, say no to rape, and people are correcting them on Twitter, and they're like, what do you mean by say no to rape? who is going to say yes to rape before? Do you get? So
Exactly.
stop
Exactly.
raping women. Like, stop it. Like, stop it. Stop. Like, I was legit scared. I was on the phone. I was like, babe, have they gone? What are they still doing? Like, can they go so that they'll come tomorrow when me I'm around? Did you get, like, fear? So women live in constant fear. So this is not the time to start bringing up things like, oh, men get falsely accused, men get raped. I get it. We know. Trust me. But let's listen to the ladies now. So let's do.
Yeah. Yeah. People are really, really into this family thing. Yes, we're certain that the
Family.
family has a major role to play. We need to
Family has a major role to
educate.
play.
We need to
And
educate our
as a
parents.
parent, and if you're not, and this is me going to come at you guys now, if you don't have a child yet, if you haven't started a family, you should understand that nobody's forcing you to. Do you get? Nobody's forcing you to. So if you're saying, oh, parents should educate their kids, parents should do that, I just know that, please, before you start a family, before you have kids, understand how to train kids, understand the responsibility. Do you get? Understand the responsibility that comes with children, understand how it's going to be your fault if they get misled.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yes, so understand that as well. Then understand the fact that it's your choice to start a family. Nobody's forcing you. So
Yeah. And parents on here, please, when if a friend or if another family member is pointing out
yeah,
a character flaw in your child, please don't shun them. Don't go, oh, mind your business, go and train your own first. Yes, we know there's a place for attending to your own first, but
yeah,
a community building up a child is so much better than an individual thinking he or she is doing it right and failing
yeah,
woefully. So
yeah,
when people bring these things to your attention, please just take it. Like, you don't outrightly have to just take everything. Filter it,
yeah.
look at the truth, find out what's
And
true in what
talk
they
to
are
your
saying,
kids.
and yeah,
Talk to
exactly.
your kids.
Talk to
I
your
know
ward or your kids or something.
I saw something on Twitter where they were like, the funny thing is, the girl I told you that got in my DM, I was telling me about her story, was like, it was even by her uncle and her family
Oh
members.
man.
And she spoke to her dad and told her dad about it. And her dad was, was shunning her down and
Really?
was like, it's her fault that
Yeah.
she,
Oh gosh. What
you
was she
get,
wearing? What was she doing?
that is somebody's father.
Gosh. Gosh.
You get, so no one is really forcing you guys into this family thing that you're talking about. So understand that before you go into having a family, you have to be prepared for it. You have to know that you're responsible for someone's life. You have to be responsible for curating and molding someone's brain at a young age, because not everybody's going to have it like I did. Like I say, okay, I didn't have the conversation, but I learned,
Yeah.
growing up. There are some people that I think they just get messed up. Like it's messed up from an age and it can't be changed. So now it's the fault of the parents, it's fault of the family. So please, if you have a family now, what are you now doing to start
Yes.
ensuring that
Start
your
working on it.
boys don't turn into rapists, or they understand? This is where you actually sit your kids down. It's not only about mathematics and English. Mathematics and English is not ruling the world anymore. There are 1,000 entrepreneurs there. Do you get? It boils down to the person that they become. Because rape can
Yeah.
ruin your life. It ruins the woman's life. Like, you saw that thing when they were like, okay, it's
Yeah.
5 minutes for you, but it's a lifetime for me. Do you understand? It
Lifetime. Yes, it
literally
is.
would ruin you. So now it ruins some people to the extent that they can't actually even function in society anymore. They can't actually do
Yeah.
work. Like, it's affecting them that bad. Do you get? As a
Yeah.
guy, you get accused of rape or you are pronounced a rapist. Nkegi agogo. Do you get? So the human
Yeah.
self, the person, do you get? You need to.
Orientation.
That is where it boils down to the family education. So it's not about,
Yeah.
okay, so put your kids down and be like,
Even the
consent
parents need to be
is,
educated as well.
yeah, consent is one. No, she said no, don't do it. Consent is two. Let them know. So it's at the
Exactly.
back of their head. As
Exactly.
we all know how to sing ABC
You
with
see.
our mind, our eyes closed, we can say it. Let us be able to know all the types of consent. Your boys should be able to know, your girls as well. So family, that is me talking to people that already have families. Now it's your responsibility. And
Yeah.
people that do not understand, nobody's forcing you to go into the family way,
Exactly.
because if you have to go into the family way, it's not just having kids, it's not just having
Exactly.
or working hard and buying buildings for your kids. It's beyond that.
It's so much. Yeah. Yes.
It's so
Their
much more.
mental
So
upbringing, their sanity, it's
no,
so important.
it's so much more than that. You are responsible for a human being. So now understand that you are not being forced into having a family. But if you, it's your choice, if it's something you want to do, this is what it takes. Are you ready for it? So
Mm-hmm.
someone said charity begins at home. Consent
Yeah.
also
Consent
begins at
also.
home. So
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
in schools, or in schools.
Another discussion. How do we get through to the government? Like, social media in Nigeria doesn't really work when it comes to getting the government's attention, but one way or the other.
I feel like we're coming around on that actually. I feel like we're coming
Mm.
around on it. Yeah.
Only
I feel
when
like
you
we're
pull
coming
their
around.
names down, when you go attack their name, that's when they start doing something. But
Yeah.
if it's no name, it is just vague. They're like, oh, okay, whatever, everybody will be all right. And it's just rather sad and disheartening. Oh, all is well. All is well. Okay. I think we've spent an hour and 30 something minutes. It's been really amazing.
Yeah, I didn't even know I
Yeah.
would be.
Be
Thank you
pouring out. I
so
told you were
much.
going to drop anointing now. I already knew.
Eh?
So I said I
Me
told you that
sweating
we're
like
preparing for the anointing. You have done well. Thank you so much, Emeka. This has been really, really a moment, hours well spent. I've been well enlightened. This whole consent thing, like I won't lie, I
yeah.
never thought of that aspect at all. But this
I'm
is
telling you.
really, really, really
Now you have
important.
everyone needs to educate themselves down to the ladies now. So not just about
Yeah,
guys, down
yeah.
to the ladies. Now you
Mhm.
need to even now understand consent properly. So when you want to teach your junior brother or your boyfriend,
Mhm.
teach
Mhm.
your boyfriend, because he might turn to, he's not your boyfriend again. Now he's for the world, goes out to rape
Yeah.
someone. So have a conversation with your boyfriend,
Mm.
your sister, your junior brother.
Mhm.
Understand consent, learn. It's online. So you can, when you're talking, you have something to say. You get.
Mm.
So yeah, communication is the most important thing. Conversation, communication is the most important thing. Because as a guy
Yeah.
and a girl, the fact that people are even like, oh, let's talk. What are you here for? Sex, or you want a relationship? That is even another topic. You get. But what would that help, or how did that come around? Is the fact that you guys are willing to communicate. You
Yeah.
guys are willing to
Yeah.
talk. So
Yeah.
understand that communication is not just a relationship saving advice. It's still a
Exactly. Yeah.
worldwide saving
It's
advice.
yes. Mhm.
Have that
Mhm.
conversation. Know the boys
Mhm.
around you, because some
It's
of these things
scriptural.
is the
Can two work
husband,
together except they
is the
agree? Like it's an
husband,
agreement thing.
husband that are raping their wives, boyfriends will rape their girlfriends. It's because
Yeah.
no conversation. You don't even know the person you're living in the house with, because you never spoke about sex or consent or something like this. So
Yeah.
conversate, speak, talk.
Yeah.
The world will grow. You get.
Yes.
So thank you
So we
guys
don't
so
keep
much
talking in
for,
cycles.
yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on this live. You guys
Thank
are
you.
amazing, and I'm happy everyone is being interactive, because this is just going to prove that when you live this life, you're going to now start talking to the person in your house, the person next to you.
Yeah.
Start a conversation again. You might discover the person is, let's not say it, but
It's not what you think it is.
so yeah, start a conversation.
Oh,
Thank you guys for tuning in, and let me plug my YouTube channel. You guys should subscribe to my
yeah.
channel, and I'm going to be
Yeah.
putting out videos to teach, because I know there are photographers here, you get, that are
Hmm.
learning consent instead of color grading. I'm sorry. I'll put my color grading and everything I'm going to be teaching on my YouTube. So
All
thank you guys for
right.
coming. Thank you guys for sticking around.
Yeah. So as many
Love y'all.
who also want to be part of DPI, that's Deborah's Palace Initiative, as
Yeah.
volunteers, you want to share content, share your story, please, we're open. Send us a DM, or myself and Dami Odie, we run DEBRA'S Palace, so you can send us personal DMs just in case the DPI DM isn't being responded to. Thank you all so much. Please let's use our voice. Let's speak. Let's communicate, please, and let's be careful of our content as well, because people are watching.
That comedian's content. I wish I could call his name. I was so mad when I saw him fighting.
No, everybody already knows.
You guys know, right? Like, he's holding, saying, I'm like, guy, you were literally called out on Twitter a week or two ago about how your joke is about rape. Like, why are you fighting? Please, you need to learn.
Yeah.
Please. So understand, if you're a content creator like myself, understand the kind of content you're putting out. Do you get? If you're a content creator, understand the kind of content you're putting out, because you have one disciple. I feel like every content creator has one person that they're going to influence so bad. You have one disciple, so make sure that person has the right idea. You get? So
exactly.
Come on, please.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Adesua, for dragging me into this live.
And it was beautiful. See all those impromptu questions, like.
I told you, okay, let me
come
prepared. This is me alive. Like, when I go live, I need to know that I'm coming here to read what I wrote.
You were natural. That's the beauty of it. If you were reading, it would have been very mechanical, like, oh, he rehearsed already, but it was really down to earth. Thank you so much. Everyone, hope you were here, and he was saying his girlfriend, so we're preparing for our wedding, Bed's wedding soon, so remove him from your list, okay? All
right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
How do you save this thing? You're going to save it, right?
Yeah, yes. The replay is going to be on the IGTV, yes. So people can watch in and share. Thank you, Emeka. Have a good night. Bye. All right, bye. My whole house is cheering. I don't even know why. Thank you all so much for spending your time with us this evening. I can't begin to mention everybody's name, but thank you so much. Dami, my soul sister, thank you for allowing me run this vision with you. Thank you for finding me worthy, I guess. Thank you all so much for the comments, the interaction. Thank you. Like, I'm blown. I couldn't even read it again, and I wish I could save the comments, but I can't save it. But oh well, thank you all so much. Remember to follow me. I'm also a photographer. Captured by Desua. Bring your cute babies to me. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do this. Well, please, let's communicate with our people. Let's communicate with the guys, communicate with the girls. We want a balanced, healthy society, not just better for the boys or better for the girls, but for everyone in total. So let's lend our voice. Let's speak up. Let our content be pure, if possible. Please make it pure as possible. Do have a good night, everyone. This should be up on our IGTV, so you can rewatch and share. Love you.
Love you too.